This is what neoliberalism is. It is kneecapping government's ability to curb corporate and private money's interests in trying to privatize the profits and socialize the costs. Here is Fareed Zakaria,
a plagiarist.
I think he came up with this himself, but he has been known to plagiarize stuff in the past. Here he is.
Here's my take. Of Donald Trump's recent announcements, the one that intrigues, even excites me the most, is the establishment of DOGE, the misnamed Department of Government Efficiency. Misnamed because it is really a non-governmental advisory body that will work with the White House, not any kind of department inside
Pause
government.
it for a second. I mean, just for a moment, contemplate the idea that they purposefully named this after Elon Musk's meme coin. Like, they are using government right here in front of you. Like, just before you even get through to what this committee does, they are using it again. They're using government to maximize their profits. I mean, that's like, it's literally built into the name.
They're basically consultants.
Good.
It's like hiring consultants for the government. It's like that.
Well, but the like they're sucking the government for their own ability to profit is like I say, right there in front of you. Go ahead.
Work with the White House, not any kind of department inside government. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, who will be in charge of DOGE, are both brilliant, and the federal government has clearly become too expansive and it's too cumbersome. There are over 180,000 pages of federal regulations. Surely it's worth taking a close look at them and retiring many. Observers have pointed out
this
that
just sort of general notion that the government's too big. This is what they said for the ACA too. The big line for the Affordable Care Act was, do you know how many pages it is? Yeah. It's 1,000 pages. That's absurd. I got news for you. Every one of those excess pages are a carve out for corporations to avoid the regulations that were written in the first place. That's what's going on there. You want to avoid having government, so many government documents? Make lobbying illegal. Make lobbying illegal, and you will see that you can really streamline all of these regulations. But all of those extraneous pieces of paper are to do carve-outs for wealthy people who have lobbied the government against protecting its citizens. Go ahead.
taking a close look at them and retiring many. Observers have pointed out that the duo's efforts will be much harder to achieve than they imagine. Washington may be quite inefficient, but most of what it does is write checks with great efficiency. Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, unemployment insurance, and other mandatory programs make up around 60% of the federal budget. Donald Trump has often said he would protect most of this spending. Next is the Department of Defense at over 800.
Oh, I'm sure they'll cut that. The agency that has failed audits like basically every single year I've been on this planet. So,
unbelievable.
Like Fareed Zakaria was busted numerous dozens and dozens of times, just lifting passages from other people's work and not even updating. So if the passage said last year this happened, he didn't even update last year if he wrote it a year later. Like that, he still has a job because he's willing to say just shit that the corporate class want him to say at that position.
You know what if a journalist was actually getting their hands on like this premise, perhaps they would have maybe even asked a question about like, oh, the guy leading this DOGE government efficiency task force, basically Deloitte for the federal government, does he have any contracts with the Defense Department that has, as I just mentioned, been audited multiple times and billions of dollars have just gone missing? SpaceX and Tesla, or not Tesla, but I mean, at least with the Defense Department, Elon Musk has billions of dollars worth of contracts with them.
Tesla got a subsidy from Barack Obama in like 2008 for about $1/3 of $1 billion.
But I'm sure he'll look at that waste and spending with,
Well, now you can
objective eye.
say we should end that program. And if I had the ability to end it then, I would have ended it. But, going forward, I'm not too big to admit we shouldn't have gotten that. Hey, after pouring so much of our hope into this year's election, it is natural to feel burnt out and that the system is broken. But we can't give up now. That's what they want us to do. They want us to let the system continue as is, unchecked and unchallenged. Well, I've been working with Ground News for a long time now because they're an independent app and website designed to help you easily navigate the chaos of today's current events. For every story circulating, you can easily swipe through every news source reporting on it with transparency on their political, their regional, their bias, and their credibility. This really eases the mental load of finding the truth and holding those in power accountable. Take a break from the chaos, but don't leave your future in their hands. We need to know what Republicans are up to and how we even got here in the first place. Ground News reveals important insights on both. Demand transparency in the leaders who are supposed to serve you and the news that's supposed to accurately inform you. Go to ground.news/majority or scan the QR code to take advantage of Ground News' biggest sale of the year. Save 50% on their top-tier Vantage plan and stay informed without getting overwhelmed with what's to come these next 4 years, because we are the power behind democracy, not just bystanders in a rigged game.